Welcome, everyone. We are live at Mr. Blanding's Farm Complex in South Carolina. This is PWF At Your Home. I'm Sunning Steve Lincoln Douglas, here as always with James J. Hamilton, and what a card we have tonight, James.
That's right, a lot of exciting matches coming up here at Mr. Blanding's house.
That's it.
We're here in the barn. It's a pretty impressive barn here.
Indeed it is. Mr. Blanding's a self-professed avid PWF fan. He's never missed an event, and he has offered the use of his barn to hold this event, which we are greatly appreciative of, and therefore we are able to bring you this exciting action. All four major titles on the line here tonight, James.
That's right. As our fans know, the PWF has been on hard times lately. Last time we had our event in the basement of a bar. We've been trying to raise money to save Mount Vernon. Mr. Blanding put up the biggest donation in the history of the Save Mount Vernon Fund on the condition that we hold an event at his home. And, well, we're looking for places to have an event anyway, so here we are. A little nervous about being here in South Carolina, the heart of CCW territory.
That's just it.
Some of our PWF superstars were accosted at the airport in Charleston when we arrived. Some of them got spit on.
Not a pretty sight.
We're here and we're ready to go, except that our special guest referee for the main event, Abraham Lincoln, is yet to arrive.
That's just it, James. Abraham Lincoln, slated to be the special guest official for our main event tonight, the PWF Championship match between FDR and Dwight D. Eisenhower. Abraham Lincoln, when last we saw, had gotten into the limo that we'd arranged for him, and it's been hours he's not here yet. We're unsure of what's transpired, but we hope that everything is well with Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, we hope to see him here soon. In the meantime, we got a lot of great matches coming up.
Indeed we do. Why don't we get down to ringside for our opening bout? Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the PWF Women's Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, Bess, the Bull Truman. Here she comes, Bess the Bull, looking tough, looking determined.
That's right. She's looking to take her shot at the women's title. She's ready to go.
They say the buck stops with her husband, but Bess Truman don't take no bull.
That's true. She's not going to be taking any from her opponent here tonight.
Indeed not. And her opponent, the PWF Women's Champion, Elegant Eleanor Roosevelt. Here she comes, Elegant Eleanor, the title draped over her shoulder.
The proud reigning champion of the women's division
here. The longest reigning title holder in PWF history, James.
Yep, I think that may be true. We'll see if she can extend her reign again tonight.
This is going to be a hard-fought match. Eleanor Roosevelt, of course, she doesn't turn away any competition. She takes on all comers. Probably the fightingest PWF champion in history is Eleanor Roosevelt.
Well, she's got a fight on her hands tonight with Bess Truman.
Indeed she does. Bess the Bull Truman. Looking very much prepared as these two are now both in the ring. Justice Kagan officiating the bout tonight.
And we have a capacity crowd here in Mr. Blanding's barn. It looks like upwards of a dozen of Mr. Blanding's personal friends, family, and neighbors here on hand to watch this event, in addition to the PWF superstars filling the barn here. And they are excited for this match to get underway.
As they should be. This is one we've all been looking forward to. Eleanor Roosevelt and Bess Truman, it looks like we are about ready to begin. Here we go, off to the races. Bess Truman attempting a kick to Eleanor Roosevelt. Eleanor's caught the kick.
She's got her by the ankle.
She's got it. And Eleanor shaking her head. No, what's this? Bess Truman with an enziguri to the back of the head of Eleanor Roosevelt.
Eleanor's down.
Flat on her face on the mat. Bess Truman's scooping her up now. What's she doing? Grabbing her from behind and, a German suplex. And she's not letting go. She's lifting Eleanor back up. Another German suplex. And she's not letting go. She's lifting Eleanor back up. A third German suplex. Bess Truman is taking Eleanor Roosevelt to Suplex City.
My God, Eleanor Roosevelt is in trouble here.
Indeed.
This match did not get off as she expected.
Certainly not. Bess Truman peeling Eleanor up. Oh, there she goes, whipping her against the ropes with an Irish whip and coming up. Oh, a back body drop. And Eleanor Roosevelt flat on her back. In the middle of the ring, Bess Truman coming over now. Scooping her up once again, hooking the arms, and a double underhook. And I can't believe this. Eleanor Roosevelt at the mercy of Bess the Bull Truman.
Eleanor is in a lot of pain right now. She's totally at the mercy of Bess Truman.
Indeed she is. Bess Truman wasting very little time, picking Eleanor Roosevelt back up again. And oh my goodness, a gut-wrench suplex. She is just toying with Eleanor Roosevelt here. Bess Truman raising her arms in a token of victory.
Bess Truman now turning back to Eleanor, grabbing her by the hair now to lift her up here. And Eleanor!
Oh, my goodness.
Just hit her with a low blow. Eleanor,
my goodness, that took the wind out of Bess Truman's sails.
Eleanor with a fist right between the legs of Bess Truman there. Justice Kagan waving it off, saying it's okay. That kind of move is legal here in the women's division.
Wow.
Eleanor now getting Bess Truman in a headlock.
And what she's doing, she's running along with her, and a huge running bulldog. My goodness.
Eleanor giving the bull a bulldog.
That's it, and Eleanor slowly to her feet. She had taken a beating, but Bess Truman appears to be in some trouble. Eleanor Roosevelt now lifting Bess Truman up by the arm, and she's putting her in an arm bar here, and running across the ring with it.
My God.
An arm drag takedown of the worst sort.
Ooh.
And that looked like it could have dislocated Bess Truman's shoulder.
That had to hurt.
Indeed, Eleanor Roosevelt seemingly, she's going to focus on the limbs of Bess Truman.
Eleanor Roosevelt turned this match around pretty quickly here. This is the Eleanor we know, the elegant Eleanor, the champion.
That's just it. The one true women's champion, Eleanor Roosevelt. Lifting up Bess Truman now, and here we go, an Irish whip into the corner. Bess Truman hunched in the corner. Eleanor now, she's waving the crowd on. We got a fever pitch here among the couple dozen people in attendance. And here comes Eleanor. She's going to charge into the corner towards Bess Truman. Oh, my goodness. Bess Truman. She's dropped. She's rolled up Eleanor. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my God.
My God.
Bess Truman with a roll-up pin on Eleanor Roosevelt.
What the hell just happened?
I don't believe it.
Bess Truman dropped to the mat there. Eleanor smashed into the turnbuckles face first, and then
bouncing back, she got rolled up.
Bess had her rolled up. I can't believe it.
I'm at a loss for words. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner and new PWF Women's Champion, Bess Truman! My God!
There's Justice Kagan handing the belt to Bess Truman.
Bess Truman raising the belt in the air.
Eleanor,
history has been made here tonight.
Eleanor's furious. She doesn't know what happened.
There was nothing illegal about it. It was a clean win on the part of Bess Truman. Eleanor, she's beside herself.
I think her fury is with herself. She somehow let that one get away from her. And
my goodness,
that's going to keep her up at night.
That's just it. We can't win them all. A lesson that Eleanor Roosevelt, learning firsthand here. What an historic opening bout.
Bess Truman, the new PWF Women's Champion.
Eleanor Roosevelt, of course, the sole women's champion up to this point, and what trials and tribulations she has seen. When we were under the auspices of the TWO, and Donald Trump expunged the women's division entirely, Eleanor Roosevelt, holding her head high, coming back, retaining her championship, only to fall short here tonight to Bess Truman, the new PWF Women's Champion.
Wow.
I wonder how this will affect FDR, who, of course, will be featured in our main event tonight.
That's right.
This power couple
A lot
of the PWF.
That's right. A lot of Roosevelts on the card tonight, including Eleanor's uncle, Theodore Roosevelt.
Indeed.
One half of the tag team champions, who will be in action here in our next bout, which we will get to right after a word from our sponsors.
That's right. The tag team titles on the line after these messages.
The Presidential Wrestling Federation is brought to you in part by the South Carolina Jockey Club, of which our host, Mr. Blanding, is a longtime proud member. The races over Washington Course near Charleston will commence on Wednesday, the 26th of February next. The horses to be entered by name before 9 o'clock at night the day preceding the races, and the riders to be dressed in silk or satin jackets. A cup will be presented by the proprietor. Take note, all dogs found on the course from and after this date will be immediately killed. Listeners, are you sick of betting big money on a horse only to have stray dogs run onto the track and interfere with the race? That's just plain unsportsmanlike. You don't have to worry about that at the South Carolina Jockey Club, where all dogs are immediately killed. That's the South Carolina Jockey Club guarantee. So if you're in the Charleston area on the 26th of February next, place your bets at the South Carolina Jockey Club.
That's just it, James. The South Carolina Jockey Club sponsoring tonight's event. And thank you to Mr. Blandings, a longtime member of said South Carolina Jockey Club, who's graciously welcomed us into his home to put on PWF At Your House, which is just picking up steam. We're going to move into the tag team title match here in just a moment, but I believe, James, we have an update.
I'm receiving word now that we've got a FaceTime call from Abraham Lincoln's phone.
Oh.
And we're looking at this now. It's just all dark, and I mean, I think Abraham Lincoln is in the trunk of a car, actually. It sounds like he's gagged, and you can hear a car, and he's just rolling around. I mean, I think Abraham Lincoln has somehow been kidnapped.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know what's going on here, but it is not good, and I'm very scared for Abraham Lincoln at this point.
That is some deeply disturbing news. And, of course, we will keep you updated on the condition of Abraham Lincoln as we progress through tonight's event. Lincoln, of course, supposed to be the special guest official for the PWF Championship match tonight, but, well...
Yeah, I'm not holding out much hope that he will be able to fulfill that duty. I just hope that he's okay.
I'm sure that local authorities will be looking into this matter. I'm sure that people will be contacted here following that unsettling FaceTime call where, well, you really couldn't see anything, just muffled sounds, but certainly an automobile can be heard. Wherever Lincoln is, he's in a vehicle of some sort. We'll keep you updated, of course, but we are about to proceed with our tag team title match, and boy, this is going to be a good one. We got the tag team champions Teddy Roosevelt and William Howard Taft going up against Ronald Reagan and Gerald Ford.
That's right. Those two won the right to face the champions here from PWF Underground when they defeated the Beardos, Rutherford B. Hayes and Benjamin Harrison.
That's just it.
They're going up against the reigning champions. We'll see how it all plays out here in the barn.
Indeed. Let's get down to ringside. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the PWF Tag Team Championship. In this corner, the challengers, Ronald Reagan and Gerald Ford. Here they come, Reagan and Ford. Looking quite confident.
Nancy Reagan and Betty Ford accompanying their husbands to the ring here,
Indeed.
staunchly supporting them in their effort to win the tag team championships of the PWF.
And they'll be hard-pressed to do it. TR and Taft, a formidable team, although Teddy Roosevelt still recovering from the grievous injuries he sustained at PWF Underground at the hands of Soul Crusher and the Beast.
That's right, we're still puzzled by TR's decision to take on two fighting dogs. That match did not last very long, and he did not come away from it in one piece, but he is recovered sufficiently enough to participate here tonight. We'll see whether he's at full capacity or not.
Indeed. And their opponents, the PWF Tag Team Champions, Theodore Roosevelt and William Howard Taft. Here they come, the PWF champions. William Howard Taft looking powerful as ever. TR looking somewhat banged up.
Yep, he's coming out of the ring here a little bit gingerly. The tag team belt around his waist.
That's just it. Still recovering from the grievous injuries he sustained at PWF Underground.
Taft, also with a tag team belt, had to get one of those special belt extenders in order to get it all the way around his waist. But
that's right.
Two proud champions here. They traveled a long road through bitter rivalry before coming back together.
Indeed, a storied career for TR and Taft.
And another chapter to be written here tonight in their defense of the titles against Reagan and Ford.
That's just it. Let's see who's going to be starting off this bout.
Looks like it's going to be TR and Ronald Reagan here.
Wow, Teddy Roosevelt, despite his injuries, electing to start this bout.
Getting right back on the horse.
The fortitude of Teddy Roosevelt.
He is eager and ready to go. Ronald Reagan looking pretty confident.
Indeed.
Chief Justice Rehnquist officiating here. He's making sure all the competitors are ready, and looks like they're going to shake hands, and we're ready to start the match.
Here we go. Teddy Roosevelt and Ronald Reagan. TR kind of hanging back. This is atypical of him, but he's dealing with some injuries. Reagan now sizing TR up, who appears to be waiting for Reagan to make the first move. Reagan shooting in some jabs here and there. TR managing to block. Reagan charging in, and he's hit TR a couple times in the gut. And leaping back out. Reagan, it looks like he's going to be in and out with TR. Jump in on him, try and pepper him with some blows, and jump back out before TR can take full advantage. TR in a weakened state.
Well, Reagan a little cagey here. We can see if he can outsmart TR. He's a very experienced fighter.
Indeed.
They're once again circling each other. Reagan looking for an opening, and he goes into TR with a spear!
My goodness!
And TR's caught him!
Oh my God!
TR's got a hold of him!
TR's got a hold of him, spinning him around now in an atomic drop!
My God!
Reagan clutching his groin and falling to the mat. I think that rocked his tailbone.
That had to hurt.
Indeed. TR showing that despite his injuries, still nothing to take lightly.
TR picking Reagan up off the mat here, flinging him into the corner.
Oh my goodness.
Taking a run at him, and
oh my God.
He just got him with the shoulder there.
Grabbing the back of his head now, and he's begun to slam his head into the turnbuckle.
My God.
The dozen people here counting out how many times he's slamming Reagan's face off the turnbuckle, and Reagan now turning around and falling face first into the ring. TR with the tag to Taft.
Nancy Reagan looking very upset there at ringside.
Indeed.
And it looks like, where's Betty? Betty Ford.
What's Betty Ford doing?
She's made her way over to Mr. Blanding's moonshine barrel there.
Indeed she has.
She seems to be liberally ladling moonshine down her gullet there.
Indeed she does. And a couple PWF superstars alongside her, including Franklin Pearson, Ulysses S. Grant, who are contestants in our next bout.
Yeah, they better pace themselves if they're going to be around to go at it for the Transcontinental title.
Indeed, these men are supposed to be fighting in our next bout for the Transcontinental title. Here they are drinking together. That's not very kayfabe. Meanwhile, back in the ring, TR with the tag to Taft. Taft climbing up to the top rope. Reagan down in the center of the ring. Taft setting up for the Filipino wave.
God.
Oh my goodness, here he comes. No! My God!
Reagan rolled out of the way.
Reagan got out of the way. Taft, he's down.
He smashed his face into the center of the ring.
Oh my goodness, and
He
Reagan,
took a
he's over.
huge dive.
He's able to go over and tag in Ford. Here comes Jerry Ford. Ford rushing in now with some boots to the back of the head of William Howard Taft.
He's stomping Taft.
My goodness, he's picking up his arm now and rolling back on it. My goodness.
Ooh.
He's targeting Taft's limbs, picking up a leg, lifting it up and dropping it down to the mat.
Taft took a big risk there going to the top rope, and
Indeed, he
Ford
thought
is making him pay for it.
He thought he had it in the bag. Indeed, he does not. Gerald Ford targeting his limbs. Oh, and Ford, he's got Taft up in a heel lock now. Ford wrenching that ankle. What is Taft going to be able to do? He's trying to roll himself over. If he could roll himself over, he is going to be out of this. But Ford wrenching back, gritting his teeth.
Justice Rehnquist asking Taft if he wants to submit. He's saying no. He's refusing to tap out here, but he is in a lot of pain.
Indeed, he is. Spittle dripping from his mouth. The veins bulging out of his temples. His face turning red. As Jerry Ford with this devastating heel hook. But wait a second. Taft, he's pushing himself up. Taft's rolling over. He's rolled over onto Ford. Taft, he's pushing himself up. Ford trying to get up too. Ford coming in for a blow. Taft blocks. Ford coming for another one. Taft blocks it. A knee from Taft. Ford.
Ooh.
Ford sent back a couple steps, and here comes Taft with a clothesline.
My God.
And Ford is down.
He hit the mat hard there.
Taft leaning on the ropes trying to catch his breath.
TR calling for the tag here. Taft now lifting himself up off the ropes. Looks like he's going to take a walk over to TR to make the tag. But oh, there's Ford. He just leapt onto the back of Taft.
My God.
He's got him in a sleeper
My
hold.
God, he's got him in a sleeper hold.
Gerald Ford draped over Taft's back.
Taft, he's trying to reach up behind him. His arms can't quite get to Ford.
Clenching the sleeper hold now. Taft may be falling asleep here.
Taft's dropped to a knee. He's down on one knee. Gerald Ford wrenching in on that sleeper hold. Rehnquist making sure that it's not a chokehold. Making sure that it's a legal sleeper hold, which it is. But boy, William Howard Taft down on one knee. And he's starting to sway. Oh my goodness. Taft, he's reaching out, but there's nobody to tag. He's too far from anything. He can't reach the ropes. What is Taft going to be able to do? Gerald Ford, he's gritting his teeth. And wait a second, Taft. His arms are shaking now. His arms are shaking. Taft, he's starting to shake his head now. He's starting to stand. He's starting to stand up. He's got Ford on his back. Taft running headlong as fast as he can backwards. My God!
Oh, my!
Right into the corner goes Gerald Ford. And Taft collapsing atop of him. The hold is broken. Taft, atop Gerald Ford, is pushing himself up now, grabbing the ropes, trying to get to his feet, and Ford in some serious trouble.
Where's Betty Ford?
Wait a second. Where is Betty Ford? Nancy Reagan, very animated at ringside.
Betty Ford, I think she's left the barn.
That's most unusual.
Jerry Ford now crawling out from under Taft here. He's trying to crawl over to Ronald Reagan, but it looks like Taft is going to get the tag first. Here comes TR.
Here comes Teddy Roosevelt.
He bolts into the ring now. He's got Ford by the ankle.
Uh-oh.
He's dragging him into the center of the ring.
TR working Ford's legs now. What's he doing? He's putting him into a sharpshooter. Oh my God, Ford is going to submit. This one's over. TR.
He's wrenching him here in this sharpshooter. Ford right in the center of the ring. He has no chance of getting to the ropes here.
How long could he hold on?
He's not close enough to Reagan to make a tag. He is out there in no man's land.
Indeed.
And TR has him in a vice-like grip.
Ronald and Nancy Reagan shouting encouragement, and Betty Ford nowhere to be found. Gerald Ford in some serious trouble.
TR is just rocking back. He is just laying into that sharpshooter. It's only a matter of time now.
I can't believe Ford hasn't submitted yet.
Chief Justice Rehnquist is down on the mat. He's right in Ford's face. He can't hold on much longer.
Certainly not. Oh my God, what's this?
That's Betty Ford.
It's Betty Ford, but she's not alone. She's got Soul Crusher in the base.
The fighting dogs.
She's let him loose.
My
She's
God.
let him loose.
They're going
he's up
straight
to the
for
top. TR, he's treed. He's treed like a coon. He's up in the top rope. My God, and the dogs are jumping about. What's this? Oh my God.
Mr. Blandings just shot them. He shot Soul Crusher in the beast.
My God, they're dead. Mr. Blandings and his friends of the South Carolina Jockey Club, living up to their promise, Soul Crusher and the Beast, they're dead. He killed them. TR's still at the top rope. He can't believe what's going on.
Gerald Ford is still in the center of the ring now. He's rolled over onto his back.
He's managed to roll over, but he's not going anywhere.
Soul Crusher and the Beast are lying in pools of blood. TR.
Betty Ford, she's beside herself. She's making her way over to the moonshine barrel. She's planting her face in it.
TR's standing up now on the top rope.
He seems to be getting a sense of his bearings. Oh my goodness, what? He's surveying what's going on. Gerald Ford still down on his back, unable to move. TR raising both hands into the air.
Oh my.
Leaping off the top rope with an elbow drop.
Oh my God.
My God, and rolling up Gerald Ford. 1, 2, 3. It's TR and Taft. It's over. TR and Taft.
They've retained the tag team title.
Unbelievable.
What a crazy turn of events here in this match.
That's just it. Ronald Reagan going over with Nancy to help Jerry Ford up, and meanwhile, Betty Ford,
she's got her whole head dunked into the moonshine barrel.
she's submersed.
She's totally shameless.
Indeed. Wait, what's this? Here, it's Lemonade Lucy.
Lucy Hayes.
It's Lucy Hayes. She's got beef with Betty.
That's right, last month, Betty threw a drink in Lucy's face, and here comes Lucy. She's accompanied by men in white coats.
Oh, my goodness.
They're going right up to Betty Ford now, and they're grabbing a hold of her.
Wow, they ripped her right out of the moonshine barrel.
It looks like they're putting her in a straitjacket.
Oh, my God.
I think Betty Ford's being taken away to rehab.
She's screaming. She's kicking and thrashing. These men are strong.
Lemonade Lucy intent on drying out Betty Ford here.
Meanwhile, Jerry Ford, he's come back to consciousness. Betty screaming out to him.
She's appealing to Jerry to do something about it, but
Gerald Ford looking at Betty Ford, looking at the moonshine barrel, and back at Betty. She's pleading, tears in her eyes. And Gerald Ford turned his back.
my God.
He's turned his back on his wife.
Well, I think he knows this may be the best thing for her.
My God, Betty Ford being escorted away now. Being loaded into the back of an ambulance.
TR and Taft once again hoisting the tag team belts.
Indeed.
Coming away with a successful defense here in a wild match.
What a wild turn of events here indeed. Hopefully Betty Ford gets the treatment she very much needs.
Looks like here comes someone to clear out Soul Crusher and the Beast from the ring.
That's just it. Charles Kuntz, the Night Scavenger. Once again, living up to his name, providing his services to the PWF as he cleans up the remains of Soul Crusher and the Beast, who have both been shot to death. My goodness. Unbelievable.
Speaking of unbelievable, we have an update here. We're going live to footage from a police helicopter.
Oh my goodness.
That is a limousine engulfed in flames. That looks like the
That's
limousine
Lincoln's limousine.
that Lincoln left the airport in.
Oh my God.
Totally on fire.
It's engulfed in
Police
flames.
have responded. We have no word on Lincoln's whereabouts. We don't know if anyone has perished in this blaze or if there are any survivors.
My God. We might have lost Abraham Lincoln. This is unbelievable. Hopefully, Abraham Lincoln is okay. They could get that fire put out, and of course, we'll keep you updated on the condition of Abraham Lincoln.
Just a very scary situation. We don't know where Abe Lincoln is or if
Horrifying
he's okay.
indeed. That limousine was engulfed in flames. That looked... it looked suspiciously beyond accidental to me, James. That seemed like a setup, like an ambush. I fear the worst for Abraham Lincoln.
My God.
I think the thoughts and prayers of all the PWF are with Abraham Lincoln and his family. How they're going to break it to Mary, my God. She's watching the boys tonight. That'll be a hard pill to swallow. But speaking of hard pills to swallow, Franklin Pierce, the Transcontinental Champion, going up against Ulysses S. Grant in, get this, a brawl in the stall for the Transcontinental title. That's right, the brawl in the stall. Pierce and Grant will be duking it out inside one of Mr. Blanding's hog pens, with pigs milling about.
Wow.
This is unheard of for any wrestling company, let alone the PWF. A hog pen match. They're going to be duking it out amongst the slop. I think Grant actually proposed this when he called Franklin Pierce a fancy boy dandy who wouldn't be willing to get his hands dirty to retain the title. And Pierce, to his credit, accepting the challenge.
That's right. Pierce ended up coming away from the 8-man battle royal with the Transcontinental belt in a controversial finish where he may have been thrown out of the ring. The Chief Justices didn't really see it. Grant thought he was the victor, but Pierce was still technically a legal man at that point. Ends up winning the belt. Grant furious, demanding another shot at the title, and here we are.
That's just it. And for Grant to, not only issue the challenge, but the stipulation that it's a brawl in the stall, and for Franklin Pierce to accept, that speaks something for Franklin Pierce that I wouldn't have given him credit for. Of course, Pierce didn't have the best record in the Mexican-American War. Perhaps he's trying to prove that there's more metal to him than others would think.
Well, both these presidential superstars have been steeling themselves for this bout over at the Moonshine Barrel.
That's just it, as we mentioned before. Pierce and Grant drinking together out of Mr. Blanding's Moonshine Barrel. Andrew Johnson seen over there as well. A couple other PWF superstars imbibing a little bit. But, boy, what this could lead to, who's to say? Let's get down, well, not quite to ringside, but to hog pen side, James. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a brawl in the stall match for the Transcontinental Championship. In this corner, the challenger, Ulysses S. Grant. Here he comes, General Grant, on his way to the hog pen.
Wow.
Looking slightly inebriated, I must say.
He's got his sleeves rolled up.
Indeed.
He looks like he's ready to get sloppy.
That's just it, and I think it's gonna get sloppy. And his opponent, the Transcontinental Champion, Fabulous Frankie Pierce. Here he comes. Fabulous Frankie Pierce, looking fabulous for the moment. I think once he gets in that hog slop, things are going to change pretty quick.
Yep, he's looking a little inebriated himself.
Indeed he is.
These two superstars, well fortified to take on this pig slop as well as each other.
That's just it, and who knows if the pigs themselves don't get involved, James. They might become vexed that there are intruders in their pen and start ramming into the contestants here. Who knows what could happen?
Anything could happen here at this brawl in the stall.
That's just it. We've always said everything and everything can happen in the Presidential Wrestling Federation.
We got Julia Grant there at Penn's side, looking pretty dismayed about the state of her husband here. I don't think she was happy about him being over at the Moonshine Barrel.
Indeed. And no one present for Franklin Pierce.
That's right, we've got Chief Justice Harlan Fisk Stone presiding here, and seems like the combatants are ready to go, and we're about ready to start this match.
Here we go, the brawl in the stall. Ulysses S. Grant sparing no time, going for a punch. Pierce grabbed it, whipping Grant into the corner amongst the hogs.
My God, he fell to the ground.
Uh-oh.
The hogs swarming around him. He's being trampled.
They're jumping all over each other. Grant beneath him.
He's being trampled and stampeded.
Pierce laughing and pointing, finding great amusement at the misfortune of Ulysses S. Grant.
Where is he?
He's buried beneath them hogs. My God. Wait, Grant. He's popped up out. There he is. Ulysses S. Grant emerging from the hogs. He's coming towards Franklin Pierce. Oh no, he slipped. Pierce, he's got him between his legs, lifting him up and up.
No!
Oh my God, a power bomb. Part of the cage is broken
the
out.
fence.
The fence is broken out. The hogs are getting out.
Pierce just powerbombed Grant right through the hog fence. The hogs now stampeding out through the gap. They're crushing Ulysses S. Grant beneath their hooves.
Grant could have multiple broken ribs. He could have a punctured lung.
Grant in a lot of trouble here.
He could have internal bleeding. Pierce going over, grabbing him by the legs and dragging him back in. My God. Pierce now going to lift up Grant, and Grant with an elbow to the gut that pops Pierce up.
Can't believe Grant has any life left in him here.
He's fighting with all he's got.
There's another elbow.
My goodness.
Grant fighting back.
Pierce trying to hang on.
A third elbow.
Oh.
The tenacity of Ulysses S. Grant.
Indeed.
He's covered in mud. He's been stampeded by a herd of pigs.
Pierce trying to grab for him. Now, no! Grant grabs Pierce by the throat, and he's rising back up.
My God.
He's rising back
Look
up.
at
He's
the
got Pierce
fury
by the
in his
throat,
eyes.
and he's walking him over and smashing his head off of the fence.
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness.
Pierce face first into a fence post.
That had to hurt Grant now. Oh, my goodness. He's walking Pierce over towards what appears to be a monumental pile of pig shit.
Oh, my.
What is he doing here? Oh, he's got Pierce between his legs, lifting it up.
Oh, no.
And a pile
Oh,
driver.
my God.
Franklin Pierce taking a pile driver face first into a big pile of hog droppings, and Grant's rolling him up for the pin.
1,
2, and 3. That's it.
It's over.
We have a new Transcontinental champion.
Ulysses S. Grant.
I don't know how he did it. But wait, he's not done. He's picking up Franklin Pierce by his luscious curly locks and shoving him face first into the hog manure.
Grant rubbing Pierce's face right in it.
The luscious curly locks of Franklin Pierce mired with pig shit.
Oh, my God.
Ulysses Grant loving every second of it.
Perhaps this is what he had in mind when he proposed this style of match.
Indeed, Ulysses S. Grant standing up now, smile on his face. He appears to be symbolically wiping his hands, and he's walking straight for the Moonshine Barrel.
My God, he just dunked his whole head in it.
My God, yes he did. I don't know if any other PWF superstars are going to want to drink anymore.
It's pretty contaminated now at this point.
Indeed it is. Pig feces milling about inside that moonshine. I don't know if the alcohol could kill all the germs.
Grant coming up for air now. He looks like he's on a celebratory rampage. He's fully aroused.
My goodness.
He's chasing Julia Grant now about the barn.
Yes, he's going after Julia Grant.
Julia Grant now running around trying to avoid her husband, who is caked in mud and pig shit. Pigs running around loose in the barn.
This is an unbelievable turn of events.
Ulysses Grant appears to have his heart set on satiating his lust upon Julia Grant to cap off his celebration here as Transcontinental champion.
He's about got her. Julia diving over a haystack. Wait a second. Grant reaching for her. Wait a second. He's pulling something out. That's not Julia Grant.
That's not Julia, but he doesn't realize it.
Ulysses Grant, he has a sow.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Ulysses Grant is mounting the South!
I don't believe this!
Oh my!
This is disgusting! Ulysses Grant is fucking a pig! Somebody's gotta stop this! My God!
Oh my God! Mr. Blanding has put that sow out of its misery!
I don't believe it! But what? Grant isn't done!
Grant's still going!
I don't believe this! Somebody's gotta break this up! Somebody's gonna stop this! We need to cut away! Do we have another Lincoln update? Quick! James, Steve, this is Cross Cleveland here at the scene of the burnt-out limousine where police have informed me that one person has been found deceased. There's been no further info other than there is one deceased individual on the scene. Fire rescue arrived and put out the flames. As far as we knew, there were two people in the vehicle, Abraham Lincoln and the driver. Apparently there is one corpse charred beyond recognition. That is all the information I've been able to garner, other than the fact that fire rescue has informed me that one of their trucks was apparently stolen during this rescue operation. Just a baffling turn of events. We will keep you updated. We don't know whether or not the body that was pulled from the inferno is that of Abraham Lincoln or whether it was the driver of the limousine. We'll keep you updated. Of course, DNA testing, and a dentist will have to be called in to perhaps identify the body through dental records. That's all that I could tell you at this time. A terrible scene here. Probably equally as bad as the one that you're witnessing, if not worse. With that, I turn it back to you.
Thank you, Cross Ross. And that's right, I don't know what is the bigger tragedy here tonight, the all but confirmed fiery death of Abraham Lincoln, or the fact that our new Transcontinental champion just sexually violated a pig during a live PWF broadcast.
I'm at a loss for words, James. This is an unbelievable and dark day in the history of the PWF.
That latter scene is being cleared up now. Mr. Blanding is getting the pigs back into the pen. Ulysses S. Grant has been subdued.
He's been quietly taken away. Poor Mr. Blandings. I don't know that he realized just what was in for him here tonight.
Well, when you leave a whole barrel of moonshine out, you're asking for trouble.
Well, the man was trying to be nice. He's trying to extend every courtesy, was Mr. Blandings, and unfortunately, some of our PWF superstars are negatively inclined.
Speaking of which, Abraham Lincoln, of course, not here to perform his duties as special guest referee in the main event, and it seems like Andy Johnson will be stepping up into his place.
My goodness, Andy Johnson, he was drinking out of the moonshine barrel earlier as well.
Quite liberally, and it appears to be showing as
he's in no condition to officiate this match.
Stumbling into the ring here.
My goodness, everything's falling apart here. But Andrew Johnson, apparently going to be the official for this, the PWF Championship bout. Let's get down to ringside. Ladies and gentlemen, the following bout is for the PWF Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, Dwight D. Eisenhower. Here comes Ike. He looks ready to go, and of course this is a strap match, James. Both contestants will be strapped together. during the whole of this bout.
That's right, a 10-foot leather strap attached to the wrist of each superstar. Legal to be used as a weapon.
That's just it. This is pretty much regarded as a no disqualification bout. They can whip each other with the strap. They can choke each other with the strap. It could be used in any manner. But in the end, only one man can walk away the champion. And his opponent, the PWF champion, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Here he comes, the PWF champion. If he's dismayed by his wife's defeat earlier, it's not showing.
That's
Franklin
right.
D. Roosevelt, a steely look of determination in his eyes.
He is ready to go, ready to defend his belt in another match against Dwight Eisenhower. Of course, their previous bout cut short.
Indeed.
At After School Special, when the event was shut down by the Royal Wrestling Empire. Hoping to get another shot at it tonight without outside interference. We'll let these two superstars duke it out.
That's just it. Hopefully here at the home of Mr. Blandings, we will be able to get through this bout and find out for one and all who will be the PWF champion. Will FDR retain the title, or will Ike rise up and take the belt?
Andrew Johnson strapping the contestants in, making sure that strap is secure around both of their wrists. Seems like he's satisfied. Both combatants look ready to go.
Indeed they do. What a match this is going to be here. 10-foot leather strap, all that's separating these two. No way to get away from each other.
It looks like we're ready to go here.
Here we go, off to the races. FDR and Ike. They're grappling up now. FDR going to throw Ike, and wait, what's this? Andrew Johnson is flat on his ass.
He somehow had that strap wrapped around his ankle there.
Oh, and he's just puked. He's thrown up. He's thrown up in his own mouth.
Andy Johnson. He looks to be passed out in the ring.
He's tangled up in the
He
strap.
tangled himself up while he was applying the strap.
He's vomited on himself. My God.
Got off to an auspicious start.
FDR and Ike, neither one know what to make of it. FDR trying to undo the tie around Andy Johnson's ankle. And oh, it looks like Andy Johnson has pissed himself as FDR gets the strap undone and frees Andy Johnson's ankle. Now these two competitors ready to go off against one another, but no official.
Well, they're not going to let that stop them. They're trading blows here in the center of the ring.
Indeed not. Look
They're
at them
going
go.
at it.
FDR and Ike trading hard, rights and lefts. Nobody giving an inch.
That strap billowing between them.
Indeed.
My God, these two men dealing out a load of punishment right off the bat to each other.
What's this now? Here we go. Ike ready to whip FDR against the ropes, and FDR bounces back in a clothesline from Eisenhower. FDR attached to that strap. Ike just lifting on the strap to pull FDR up, in a boot to the chest before he's even up off the ground.
Ike not pulling any punches here. He wants that belt.
Indeed.
He's going to lift FDR up off the mat here. And then, oh, FDR with a low blow.
Goodness. My goodness. FDR and Eleanor both resorting to low blows. Conduct unbecoming PWF champions.
Well, the referee is totally passed out here.
Indeed he is. So I suppose anything goes at this point. Ike in some trouble now. FDR.
He's got that strap
Oh,
now.
he's lashing him with it. He's lashing him with it. FDR, he's grabbed up a piece of the strap, and he's lashing Ike with it. He's whipping him. Look at the marks across the back of Dwight D. Eisenhower. There's blood drawn.
He's turning red.
FDR mercilessly whipping on him now, a look of glee in his eye.
Ike in trouble.
Indeed.
I don't know how he's going to come back from this. But I don't know how FDR would finish out the match with the referee passed out.
That's just it. Wait, what's Ike doing now? He's got a piece of the strap himself. FDR continuing to lash, but wait, what's he doing now? He's got FDR. He's got FDR tied up and pulling his leg out from under him there. And Ike now, both contestants on the canvas. But Ike seems to be working at FDR's left leg. Ike coming to his feet now, lifting up the leg of Roosevelt and coming down with an elbow.
Ooh.
Working on the legs of FDR, the bionic legs of the PWF champion.
That's right, he's got those state-of-the-art leg braces there that enable him to compete at a top level.
Indeed.
Ike laying into him there on the left leg. Blood still dripping down Ike's back. He's dragging FDR into the center of the ring now. Ike gonna bound off the rope there and come back with a big leg drop.
Oh, my goodness.
He stretched that strap to the limit there, bounding off the ropes.
Indeed. He still has part of it wrapped around FDR's left leg. Increasing pressure, squeezing on that leg as he bounded off the ropes there. He is trying to sap all of the energy out of Franklin Delano Roosevelt that he can as he continues targeting the legs of FDR. Ike now lifting FDR up off the canvas and going to throw him against the ropes, and FDR bounds back off the ropes and hits Ike with a crossbody. Ike is down. FDR top of him and raining down some blows now. This one's starting to turn around, perhaps. Meanwhile, here comes Harlan Fisk Stone. I think he might be taking Andrew Johnson's place in this match.
No, he's going up to Andy Johnson there. Looks like he's got some smelling salts.
Well, yes, he does. Well, he's not taking Andrew Johnson's place.
He's just revived him.
He's revived him.
Andy Johnson is just shot back to life here.
Well, meanwhile, FDR is atop Ike. And, he's got the strap around his neck. He's got the strap around his neck. He's got his knee into his back.
He's choking
FDR,
him.
He's leaning back. His knee is in the center of Dwight D. Eisenhower's back. He's got the strap around his neck. He's leaning back.
God.
Choking Dwight D. Eisenhower out.
Ike's face is beet red. Andy Johnson now.
His hands clutching forward in vain.
Johnson seeing if he wants to submit Ike. Just flailing there. I don't even think he sees Johnson.
I don't know if Johnson sees him. Johnson, he's awake, but I don't know that he's aware.
FDR tightening that strap. Getting in real close on Ike here. Trying to put the finishing touch on him.
Doesn't look good for Ike.
He is flailing still. I don't know what he's going to do. Oh, he just jerked back. He headbutted FDR in the chin.
My God.
I think he broke his teeth. FDR is down.
He might have dislocated his jaw.
Ike is crawling out from under him there, removing that strap from around his neck.
FDR's in some trouble. He's seen stars.
Ike now, getting to his feet. He's still got that strap wrapped around FDR's left leg there. He's peeling FDR up off the mat. And he's going to fling him against the ropes. And he just pulled back on the strap. Pulled FDR's left leg out from under him. And I think he just broke off his leg brace.
The brace is gone.
It broke off the left leg.
It's broken. FDR's down to one leg.
He's one-legged.
Hopping up and down like a pogo stick, my God. And Ike is going to take full advantage.
FDR's in trouble. He's trying to balance himself on one leg now. Ike closing in. FDR trying to defend himself.
How's he going to be able to do it? He's hopping on one leg.
And then Eisenhower, he's getting a hold of the strap there. And he lassoed FDR by his good leg.
And pulled it out from under him. My God. FDR flat on his back.
His head hit the mat there on his way down.
What's Ike doing? He's coming up now. He's taking off the other leg brace.
My God.
He's ripped it off. He tossed it out of the ring.
No mercy now, FDR.
FDR's crippled. He's defenseless. Dwight D. Eisenhower raining down with kicks.
FDR like a beached mermaid. His lower body is useless.
My God. Dwight D. Eisenhower taking full advantage.
What's he doing now? He's taking the strap and he's
my goodness.
binding FDR's wrists.
What is he gonna do?
FDR.
Wait a second.
Totally immobilized.
He's bringing it down to the lifeless ankles of FDR. Now he's hog tying him. He's pretty much got him up in the hog tie.
My God.
Dwight D. Eisenhower has FDR hog tied now. What is he? Oh my God. He is lifting him up. He's placing him over his back. What is he going to do? He's walking over. He is climbing up the ropes.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Oh
Dwight
my
D.
God.
Eisenhower. He's going to the top rope.
All the way to the top.
Dwight D.
With
Eisenhower
FDR on his
the
back.
top rope on his back.
Oh.
My God. Oh my God. Eisenhower. Roosevelt, there's nothing he can do. He's hogtied. He's smashed. And Eisenhower now, bounding casually off the ropes in a big splashdown on the midsection of FDR and curling him up. 1, 2, 3. We have a new champion. We have a new PWF champion.
It's over.
It's Ike. It's Ike. We have a new champion.
Dwight D. Eisenhower's
I don't
prevailed.
believe it. Both Roosevelts.
I don't believe that Andy Johnson had the wherewithal to make that count, but he did it.
And that's just it. But both Roosevelts have lost their titles. The power couple of
Oh
the
my
PWF is
God.
no more. Unbelievable. Dwight D. Eisenhower being presented with the PWF Championship belt. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner and new PWF champion, Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Oh my.
My goodness.
What a match.
What a match. What a turn of events. What an event in general PWF At Your Home has been. Titles changing hands.
Wait, where's Mr. Blanding?
Mr. Blanding's conspicuously absent.
Him and all of his friends are gone. I don't even... When did they leave?
This is most unusual.
The barn doors are closed.
Wait a second
what is
now.
going on? Oh my. I'm looking out the window here. The barn is surrounded. That's the Confederates.
This is not good.
That's Mr. Blanding has a Confederate flag.
Somebody go check them doors. Go check them doors.
They're locked from the outside.
We're trapped inside.
The PWF is trapped in this barn and surrounded by Confederates. They've got torches. Mr. Blanding set us up. This whole thing was a trap.
Mr. Blandings is a traitorous son of a bitch. What the hell is going on here?
What is this?
I'm going to get to the bottom of this. What's going on here?
That's PGT Beauregard with a torch. He's lighting the barn on fire. Oh my God, we can't get out.
This is not good. This is not good, James.
The PWF superstars.
They're battering at the door.
Some of them are getting buckets of water from out of the pig's drinking trough.
Here comes Franklin Pierce. Franklin Pierce has a barrel now.
Nah.
Oh,
that's the moonshine.
Not water. That's moonshine.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
The fireball is erupting.
We're all gonna die.
Frankie Pierce tried to put out the fire with moonshine. The whole barn is engulfing in flames now.
That son of a bitch has killed us.
It's the CCW.
I don't believe this.
They're
We're all gonna
murdering
fucking
us.
die. Wait, what's this?
What's this? It's a fire truck.
Fire truck rolling
The
up.
fire truck's coming.
Thank God.
Who? That's Abraham
That's
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Lincoln's driving a fire
It's
truck.
Lincoln. He's blasting the CCW with a hose. He's hitting the barn. He's hitting the CCW
My
members. They're
God.
trying to rush the truck. Abraham
is
Lincoln's
saving
come
us.
to the rescue.
He's saving our lives.
My God. My God, we're going to get out of this. The CCW getting doused with a fire hose. They're taking off. They're turning tail. Abraham Lincoln putting the fire out in the barn. The hose is trained on the fire. Lincoln now jump. Here he comes with an axe. He's going to bring us out of this. Thank God we have cameras outside so I can tell you what's going on.
The CCW is going to have to pay for this. We're going to have to figure out a way to revenge ourselves on the CCW for this shameless attempt to murder the entire PWF.
They're going to pay, James. I can promise you that.
Abraham Lincoln. They tried to burn us alive. This will not stand.
It certainly won't. Mr. Blandings is gonna pay. The CCW is gonna pay. The entire Confederacy is gonna rue the day that they decided to fuck with us. Tried to outright murder us, James.
That's right.
Unbelievable. And I won't stand for it.
Seems like Abraham Lincoln has chopped a hole into the side of the barn here, and it is getting pretty hot in here, so we better evacuate while we still can. Most of the other PWF superstars are outside now. And this has been the Presidential Wrestling Federation at your home. And I've been James J. Hamilton.
And I'm Stephen Lincoln Douglas, and I promise you this isn't over, listeners. We'll be back, and we will have our vengeance.